neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven,
Now is come salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
That was on January 12th. Then, on that same day, but we didn't hear about it until 3 days later on January 15th, when there was a science news headline on Fox News and some of the Connecticut TV stations that in 1 week, Connecticut has had 12 earthquakes. And it turns out that on that same January 12th, when Mr. Seeley and his wife were hearing that huge boom in Cedar Fall, Iowa, that further east near Plainfield, Connecticut, USGS was reporting that there was a swarm of very rare quakes, the strongest of which that day was a 3.3 magnitude on January 12th. And it was amid a series of much smaller quakes that happened over about January 8th to about the 12th. And what I was looking at the maps and putting together a news story for earthfiles.com, when you look at where Plainfield, Connecticut is, it's only 22 more miles going east of the quake swarm there that you come to Coventry, Warwick, and West Warwick, Rhode Island, where they were having all of those booms back at the beginning of January 2015. I took all of this to a man who approached me in December, having listened to other reports that I had done on booms in 2014. His name is Mark Murdoch. He is with a remote viewing group called Right Hemisphere. He contacted me and he said, we would like, as a remote viewing group, to offer doing a remote viewing session about what is causing all the mysterious loud boom sounds that no one can come up with an answer over the past 4 years. And so he and the remote viewers, they sent me all of their pages with all of the scribbles and all of the notes, and it included this opening. We have tasked our team on the source of the explosion sounds as detailed in your earthfiles.com story of Saturday, November 29th, 2014, in England and the U.S. simultaneously. This was one of the most amazing events of the last 4 years, because simultaneously at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Buffalo, New York, and 10 p.m. in the UK, 10:45 p.m. in the UK, 3,000 miles away. There were headlines about mysterious explosions and loud bangs. And all the people in England and in Buffalo, New York, and the surrounding region were all saying the same thing, that it sounded like an explosion, dogs were going crazy, houses were being shaken, but no authority in Buffalo, New York, or in England, and it was ranging, this is the biggest in Europe that I've ever heard, the people were reporting these boom sounds that were shaking their houses from southern England to Scotland. So now, bringing that into focus, that we've been talking about the first 12 days of January 2015 in 12 state booms. The remote viewers are going back a couple of months to that November 29th because it was so extraordinary that it was simultaneous across the Atlantic Ocean at the same time. And here is one brief summary of all of these pages that came from the remote viewers, and I'm reading it literally as they sent it to me. We have tasked our team on the source of the explosion sounds as detailed in your earthfiles.com report. It bears repeating that our viewers are constantly working objectives of all manner, mundane stuff, fun stuff, mysteries. All viewers in this exercise were 100% blind to this objective on the sounds. Quote, the explosions, and now it's a summary of what the remote viewers got. The explosions and loud bangs are coming from a weapon system being catapulted or fired from a ground base near water or an underwater base. The weapon is targeting craft in the sky. The weapon creates a vortex of energy into which the craft are being sucked into. This is a battle between opposing forces. It is being fought in an interdimensional reality that at times can intersect with our 3D reality. That is the only way that we can explain hearing the sounds and feeling a shockwave, but really never seeing anything. We are also sure it is in another dimension because both sides of this battle have paraphysical qualities. That is, we, the remote viewers, are not getting strictly human activity. Advanced technology craft are being piloted by beings that have an ET and creature quality. These beings are hive-like in their organization. They are drawn to the skies and to our planet to enslave humanity. One of our viewers was very clear about the concept of slavery. These beings were using technology, but also some kind of spiritual prayer or concentration that was directed upward against the enemy, in quotes. These beings felt completely different from the beings piloting the craft. They, on the ground meditating, were filled with a power from within. They wielded an unstoppable power. As cliche as this might sound, this is a battle between two alien races. One is attempting to feed on an evil that is growing on Earth and attempting to enslave mankind. The other is a defender of humanity that is fighting back with an overwhelming force. Again, why are we not seeing this battle? But we are hearing it. We are not entirely sure of this, but it appears that some portion of this battle is bleeding through into our reality, specifically the high energy. Similar accounts have been told of our own high energy atomic bombs affecting other realities and dimensions. Conclusion: this amazing story of a battle for humanity as fantastic as it sounds, gives us cause for both worry and hope. Evidently, there are some good guys that are defending against malevolent beings using a weapon of overwhelming power. And after they sent this to me, Mark Murdoch sent another sentence to me in an email saying, "We know that information sounds extraordinary, and to tell you the truth, Linda, it affected all of us. We were not prepared for what we got in remote viewing." And interestingly enough to me, over the last 35 years, in the people in the human abduction syndrome that I have interviewed, many have said that they have either been shown on a holographic screen or they've had a telepathic download with images. As recently as the last 10 years, the insurance detective that I have reported about in Washington, hard-nosed guy who has had interactions with non-human beings, and he too drew illustrations of different craft in some sort of a battle in which there was one side seemed to champion the survival of humans and others that did not. And he had the impression that the battle had something to do with what's allowable to do with life, and that the concept of another dimension or other dimensions are used in this battle. And finally, that not only are other dimensions used, but that the key weapon by one of the sides is the manipulation of time, which opens up an entirely other huge mystery on top of all of the booms, which may or may not have a physical source on this planet in the core, or literally be some other dimensional war going on about what to do with humanity.